are fortunate to have Ms. Astha with us, who will be enlightening us on the topic process of innovation, development and technologies, readiness level and commercialization of lab technologies. I request Mr. Aditya to present a bouquet to Ms. Astha Bhalla as a token of appreciation. Thank you, Aditya. Ms. Astha Bhalla is an AVP at Genpact with more than 15 years of progressive experience in providing data-driven and analytic-based business solutions to product and people teams. She has also managed internal and external strategic transformation as service and product-based organizations. She has the technical exposure of 3 P's, that is product, people and processes. But before getting on board with the session, I just want to inform one and all present here that we are organizing these kind of workshops session under IIC, that is Institution Innovation Council. IIC was established on 21st November 2018 and JIMS was launched as per the norms and directives of Ministry of Human Resource Development Innovation Cell. The Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India has established MIC at AICTE with a purpose to systematically foster the culture and innovation in all higher education institutions across the country. The primary mandate of Innovation Cell is to encourage, inspire and nurture young students by exposing them to new ideas and processes resulting in innovative activities in their formative years fostered through a network of innovation clubs in higher educational institutions. Now we can start with the presentation.
Thank you so much for the introduction.
Thank you.
It will be great to know which year you guys are in. Across? First year. Cool. So, no jazz. Excel. Now, when you open Microsoft Excel, the file that you are opening is called a spreadsheet. You open a spreadsheet. There are multiple sheets within a spreadsheet. Those sheets could be interlinked, they could be independent, they could have multiple source codes. Koi question? Okay. When you open an Excel workbook, when you open an Excel spreadsheet, what is the difference between the two? Kisi ko pata hai? What is an Excel workbook and what is an Excel spreadsheet? One answer.
Workbook collection of spreadsheet.
You tried, but it's the same thing. It's used interchangeably. Okay? Workbook is when you create a data set and you make it a playbook. जब आप उस पे काम करके कुछ एक presentable format में देते हो, it becomes a workbook. Say I ask you, what's that? Say I ask you do some analysis, you do some analysis, you give me some charts and you send it over to me. For me it becomes a workbook. When you started working on it, it was your spreadsheet. Alright. Then there are multiple sheets in the bottom that you can see here. There are page view buttons. You can change the views in this. I can dive in directly to the Excel workbook to walk you through this if you guys don't know. Tell me whatever piece you don't know, we'll deep dive there, right? Because I asked you at the beginning that you guys know Excel, you guys said yes, so I'm running a bit fast here.
Yeah.
Cool? Alright. So there are zoom controls right here, plus minus, मैं generally 60% पे काम करती हूँ, otherwise it gets very zoomed out. Then there are options of horizontal control. You can move across the Excel workbook with the controls. There is a formula bar on top here which we utilize once we get into the formula and how you create formula, how you write formulas, etc. Then the other piece is ribbons we just discussed. Everything, all these tabs when you go here, each tab has its own ribbon. Ribbon gives you options to play with the workbook. Next is the insert workbook button. By default, 3 sheets aate hain. Whenever you open an Excel workbook, you can add more. Then whichever cell you select on the Excel workbook becomes your active cell, and it will always be highlighted to tell you that okay, this is the cell which is highlighted. It's a cell indicator. Moving ahead, there is also a macro recorder. Macros सुने? Macros word सुना? किसने सुना? आपने सुना?
Using C or
अच्छा.
basically macros work in Excel like to save the document.
तो आप फर्स्ट ईयर में ही हो ना, तो आपने मैक्रोस सुना है तो सबने सुना होगा. सबने सुना है?
मैं वर्ड सुना पर एक्सेल में क्या बोला है?
क्या सुना है? वर्ड सुना है. ठीक है, मैं वर्ड ही पूछ रही हूँ. वर्ड सुना है? वर्ड सबने सुना है ना? मैक्रोस के बाद I'm not going to ask मैक्रोस कोडिंग. मैक्रोस वर्ड सुना है तो उससे रिलेटेड ये भी समझा होगा कभी या सुना होगा कि क्यों यूज होते हैं मैक्रोस? नहीं. तो अभी मैंने ना एक थोड़ी देर पहले छोटी सी चीज बोली थी कि अपनी मैथ की कॉपी पे हम जो चीज मैन्युअली करते थे वो अगर कंप्यूटर पे करनी है और वही मैन्युअली डेटा एंट्री करनी है तो फिर कोई फर्क तो है नहीं. कंप्यूटर का क्या काम है? एक बार ही काम कर दिया, बार बार ही मुझे ना करना पड़े, वो ऑटोमेट. When I wanted to automate my piece of work, I can record the actions and steps that I take. When I record the actions and steps that I took to make a process happen, to make a data entry happen, to make a calculation happen, anything, that recording of actions is stored in a backend coding in Excel, which is called macros. In simple layman's term, this is macros. When you record your actions and you have it replayed whenever you want the same action to be done. Make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. So macros record करने के कुछ options यहाँ पे देते हैं. Now sheet tab, scroll bar. So there are like multiple sheets. You can work across sheets using this. Then there is a file tab. You can do all the save as and everything. This is normal file. Make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions so far? Have we missed anything on this sheet that you see? That you see but you don't understand? ये स्क्रीनशॉट पे कोई ऐसा वर्ड जो आप लोगों को नहीं समझ आ रहा और मैंने मिस किया हो, ask me. I'll give you 2 minutes to absorb this. Not 2 minutes, like 20 seconds. Windows maximize, restore, application maximize, restore, application minimize, Windows minimize. Anything that you don't understand, name box, file box, quick access toolbox, column letter, title bar, anything that you don't understand. सब आता है सबको? Title bar. Macro view. क्या है macro view?
मैक्रो रिकॉर्डर.
Macro recorder. Macro recorder तो मैंने अभी बताया था.
मैम जो आपने बताया कि उसमें हम अपने एक्शन से वो रिपीट कर सकते हैं. वो जो वैल्यू होगी एक्शन वो भी
पूरे सेशन की बनानी है.
नहीं. So that's a course जो हम macros के बारे में जब कर रहे हैं तब देखेंगे कि वैल्यू
बस ऐसे ही देखेंगे.
This is only to tell you कि macros record करने होते हैं तो यहाँ पर कहीं particular. ठीक है? Now आपका question क्या था? Status bar. Status bar. Where is status bar? On the bottom right. Status bar gives you all of these two segments, which is zoom controls and page view buttons. There are to format the cell. There was a cell that you selected. Now you want to format the cell. You click on any of the format options. Say here you click it. It will open a pop-up. So a pop-up that comes out on your Excel sheet is called dialog. You interact with it. You manipulate it to make the changes, make the adjustments in your Excel cells. Questions? Let's move forward. Adding comments to a cell. Now many times what happens is we entered data. We entered say 100 rows and in 20 columns each. There are certain data points that you want to highlight. There are certain data points that you want to talk explanation to. Say for example, मेरी सेल किसी एक मंथ में XYZ product की shot up by 20%. I want to call that out that okay, in XYZ month the sale rose up by 20%. XYZ were the reasons. Business entities जो data मुझे नहीं बताया, I want to call it out. I want to make a comment on it. That's when I use a comment box. Right? Questions? Let's move on. Understanding cells and ranges. When we select a cell anywhere on the spreadsheet, you click anywhere on the matrix that you see in the Excel sheet, it will have an address to it. The address of the cell is what you call a single cell range. The address is called a single cell range. When you select multiple cells, you select a range of cells. You select an address in that worksheet. Multiple worksheets होते हैं. There can be like hundreds of worksheets. There can be hundreds of sheets within those worksheets. There could be hundreds and millions of workbooks lying in multiple places. Every cell in each of those Excel workbooks will have an address for your computer to locate that particular cell if at all you ever want to link it to any other file. You want to pull it in any of your code. Every cell will have an address. Make sense? Huh? Any question? Alright. Other thing is that when two cells that occupy one row or two columns, they create a range. I said something about a range. What do you guys understand when I say range? A range of cells. What is a range of cells? क्या समझ आता है लेमैन टर्म्स में? नहीं यार, तुम्हें तो आती है एक्सेल, तुम्हें नहीं सिखाई मैं, तुम फोटो खींचो. ठीक है? Yeah. What is a
Limited cells रहेगा वही पर.
What's that?
Limited cells रहेगा वही पर.
Limited
Then
cells.
multiple cells,
Multiple cells.
including rows and columns.
Right. Limited cells है लेगा when there is a limit and you want to select all the cells in the Excel. What a range is, a combination of more than one cell is a range. It could be n number of cells and columns. It could be an area in your worksheet. It could be one single column. It could be one single cell. It could be the whole column. It could be the whole row. It could be a set of few cells. That's a range, right? When it calls A1 to D4, now I want you guys to visualize in your own minds. I want you guys to visualize. What does A1 to D4 mean? हाँ? एक बार में करना, आप बताइए. Range of cells A1 to D4. Range of cells है, but what is A? What is 1? What is D? What is 4? A1 to D4. ठीक है? कितने cells आ गए उसमें? Yeah, I think you guys know this. I'm not delving into it more. Alright. Next is similarly 6 by 6 का range select कर सकते हो. You can select all cells in a worksheet. These will be limited. What you were talking about, right? Let's move ahead. Can you click on Excel Intro 1? You'll have to click on Excel Intro 1. Let me do that. अब हम जाएंगे थोड़े से और इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट. If it opens.
I think it's open in Adobe Data.
Huh?
It opened in Adobe Data.
Most of the time it is manual. ठीक है? Data entry is manual. It is very easy to make errors in data. Errors like entering the same data information multiple times. Say I call a customer care. A customer care person filed a complaint against my number. After 5 minutes, I call customer care center again, and the customer care person makes another data entry that the call came twice, but it came from the same client. You need to remove the duplicacy in this case. What do? You use the option in Excel which is remove duplicates. Quick, direct. You don't need to go to each row item. You don't need to identify यार ये number आ गया, ये number आ गया, अच्छा यार ये तो duplicate था, ये number पहले देखा था. नहीं. There is a simple direct option to remove duplicates in any of the columns. You can remove duplicates and remove the whole rows, or you can remove duplicates in one particular column only. Both you can do. Again, if we had our laptops, it would make more sense. Any questions for now? Alright. What's the time? Let's do a time check.
It's 11:55.
11:55. We have 5 minutes. I'll open the session for questions. Do we have 5 minutes or do we have more?
Anything you want.
We started at 11:15, no?
Yeah.
Let's give it 20 more minutes if you guys are up for it. Is it making sense to you? Should I go on or you guys want to open the session for questions? What?
Go on.
Go on. Okay, who all want me to continue? Raise your hands. I think we have a majority. Let's continue for 5-10 minutes and we'll open for questions. The other piece that we use in Excel to ease out using data is freezing panes. What is a pane in Excel? Any answers there? What is a pane in Excel? No. Anyone else? What is a pane in Excel? What is the spelling of pane that I am talking about? Yeah. P-A-N-E. किसी ने P-A-I-N भी बोला. It's not pain. It's not dard. It's pain. P-A-N-E. What is P-A-N-E? What does P-A-N-E mean? A pane is a view. You can say that. It's a view. The top view of an Excel spreadsheet, a sheet in Excel spreadsheet, the top view is freezable. When I say freezable, what do we mean by freezable? What is freezing? What do you mean by freeze? Fix. You can fix a view. You are looking at top 10 rows, you can freeze those top 10 rows. Why do you even need to freeze those top 10 rows? Anyone? Why do we even need to freeze a view in Excel? Any guesses there? Don't want to change. Change what? Huh? Data. No. You can freeze the heading, so sorry, आपको कुछ और बताना है? Same. So when you have multiple rows in your data, when you have multiple columns in your data, your laptop or the screen is what? 15 by 10 or 17 by 17 or 20 by 20, not more than that. Curved screens में these days you get 30 by 15 also, not more than that, right? But your rows could be more than the view on your screen. Your columns could be more than the view on your screen. Now when you scroll, remember first slide में हमने देखा था there is an option to scroll left, right, top, bottom. When you scroll, you miss out on the headings either or the first row, employee IDs say for that matter. I move towards the right in the sheet and I get to know multiple information. But what was the name of the employer? Just give me information. You can freeze the first column, you can freeze the top row and then look at your data. It will make it very easy. That is used for ease of navigating in your worksheet. जैसे हम navigate करते हैं Google Maps पे, Similarly, you navigate in your Excel spreadsheets. Alright. We can move ahead. Flash fill I'll be able to explain once we have your laptops. Flash fill, I'll tell you briefly what it does. So there is a fill option in Excel. What does fill/autofill do? Fill autofill in Excel is a feature which is recently introduced in Excel a few years back. Excel has been there some close to 30-40 years से. But recent 10 years के अंदर ही there is a fill option that is been introduced. What happens is many a times in your data set, जो हम students वाला data set की बात कर रहे थे, everybody is a JIMS employee, right? I want to add a column where I can add JIMS Basantpur, JIMS Rohini, JIMS, Vikaspuri के students का data. Now all of their locations in a different column will be different, but all of their colleges will be JIMS same. अब if say for example I have a data set of 50,000 students, एक cell में जाके मुझे JIMS type करना पड़ेगा. I could copy it, I could drag it down, I could paste it, I could do that, but that is 3-step process. Autofill will give you an option, type JIMS and double click on the bottom right corner of the cell and जहाँ तक आपका data जा रहा है so that makes your job easy. Everything is to make the process faster. If you had to type in each of the cell, यार मैं तो अपना pen paper पे भी कर लूँ. But why is it easier in Excel? Because it gives you the feasibility to automatically quickly do it in a shorter turnaround time. Make sense? Alright. Let's move ahead. All this I'll be able to explain with the. Any questions, guys?
Can we ask out of the topics?
Out of the topic. पूछ लो यार मुझे आता होगा तो मैं बता दूँगी.
Ma'am, what it's related to Excel?
हाँ?
What is related to Excel?
Tell me, guys. We want to hear his question. Please, we want to hear his question. Yeah.
Basically, there is option of hiding the role in Excel.
Yes.
So the shortcut for hiding the role is Control-I. So may I know if there is shortcut for hiding the role?
For unhiding the roles, आपको hide का shortcut कहाँ से पता चला?
Because I'm using that.
You're using that.
But I don't know the unhide shortcut.
But when you started using it, किसी ने आपको बताया था hide का shortcut?
Yeah, because I know we look up at that.
But who told you there is a shortcut to hide?
Because we are using this to manipulate the data. Because if we
क्या नाम है आपका? सूरज. Suraj, there are, I think I know of at least 500 shortcuts in Excel. How I got to know is I googled. Excel shortcuts के बहुत सारे Google पे documents हैं, you can refer वाले.
I would like to tell you that I work with the various courses, so that's why I know that.
Great. You should Google it. Unhide का भी shortcut आपको मिलेगा.
But it's not working. That's why.
It's not working. I'll Google it for you and I'll tell you next class. ठीक है?
That's why.
I'll tell you next class. What's that? You can undo. Yes, you can do Control Z. It will undo your
But if we hide a number of rows, then it might be not possible to undo.
Yes, hiding. If you resize your rows, then it's not possible. If you hide your rows, it's possible. If you resize your rows to hide it to say 0.00, तब undo करना possible नहीं होता है. But you can actually hide it. और बताइए, any other questions? We can freeze
second row or second column.
second row or second column. When you freeze panes, you can freeze top 10 or top 12 rows at once or just the top row. 3-4 option ही होते हैं freeze करने के, not a lot. You cannot tell Excel that okay freeze only top 2 or top 3 columns. You can do by using your codes, your formulas and functions, but in the ribbons you get only 3 options, 3 or 4 options, which is freezing the pane, which is top 10, top 11, 12 rows it will freeze, and first 2 or 3 columns it will freeze. You can either freeze the top row or you can freeze the first 2 columns. Any other question?
there any software for fetching?
हाँ यार होगा, मैं भेजूँगी डॉक्यूमेंट शॉर्टकट्स का। और any other question?
Is there an alternative for Excel?
Alternative for Excel. What to you to do what? क्या alternate क्या function के लिए आप alternative ढूंढोगे Excel का?
Like in future Excel ban होगा.
Ban हो गया, नहीं यार ban नहीं होगा.
Hypothetically.
There's Google Spreadsheets. Online available हैं alternatives to Excel. बहुत सारे हैं. Softwares भी हैं. Linux में एक अलग तरीके का spreadsheet यूज होता है. Every software has a different spreadsheet format. Spreadsheet is called Microsoft Excel in Microsoft Suite. Any other questions?
Ma'am, is there any difference in shortcuts or using the commands in MS Google Sheet and MS Excel?
It's 90% same, but there are some changes because obviously every software needs to maintain its individuality. Alright? Anything else? Alright, cool. Great, it was nice interacting with you guys. I hope you guys liked the session. If you guys have any questions, feel free to take them up separately in another session. You guys could have all your questions jot down together and have it emailed to me by Sonali. Let's stay connected, let's stay alive, and thanks for being such a great audience. All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. It was indeed a wonderful